title this show anything, it would be called Rappers Are in Danger.
That's a fact.
You've been talking about this, and you've been saying that the most dangerous job in the world is being a rapper.
That's a fact.
Elaborate on that for me, my brother, please.
Just we targets that, and we don't even know why we targets half the time. Like, everybody know who we are, no, we don't know who anyone is, and we live through our music, and our music reflects a lot of aggression, and these kids out here only follow our music, and that puts us in harm's way. And I think that social media has hyped it up tenfold from when it was an era before all the IG and everything. Now it's just disgusting because you could see it, you could hear it. So people don't get to really see everything that we go through. But every time that we go outside, maybe 90% of the times we go to a show, it's some type of something that happened. Like, people don't see that. Like, you don't get to see all the times that we out and everything that we got to go through. Like, rappers don't get on the IGs and tell about every infraction that happened, but every time we step outside, it's likely for something to happen that's not in our favor and shit like that. And we get painted as the bad guy because a lot of times we trying to protect ourselves from some of these things that go on around us and shit like that. It's just up to be a target and you don't know who's targeting you. It's scary.
You know what's scary is one night I'm in the my sister's on here, Remy's on here, and Pat. One night I'm with them, we doing a charity for Pretty Lou. Shout out my brother Pretty Lou. He got the hottest DJ show out here on IG. And we did a charity, and I'm with Remy the whole night. And next thing I know, some girl said Remy punched her in the face. And Remy got locked up over there. She was on parole. She could have did time. They could have stopped her parole, gave her more parole. And Remy never did. I was standing right next to her. We walked past the hip-hop police and all that. They would have stopped her. And I'm like, what kind of is this? And Remy looks at me, because she barely even comes out of the house. She looks at me like, yo, Joe, I did that charity for you. I did that. I'm like, oh,
it's scary because there was a time where the people will protect the artists. Now it seems like the artists are more of a target than anything. Like, look at all the deaths and all of the shootings and that happened to rappers in this past year alone. Like, I've been in this game a long time. I've never seen so much violence
every
done
day
against an artist in my life in the time of me being in this music. This has been a vicious year. Like, it's going down. Every time you look on IG or something, there's another rapper in another town, whether it be a local rapper, whether it be a rapper that we all know. Like, we're getting gunned down here. Like, it's kind of crazy when I look at it. So
is it some of the rappers' faults, or is it jealousy?
It's everybody's fault. Jealousy. Rappers got we got a problem with rubbing it in people's faces. When we become rappers, it feels like some of us think that we're Superman and we're not human anymore. And they think that you can do as you please out here, or do as you please towards people and shit like that. And it's all coming to a head at this point. Like, this is a year where everybody's going for what they know. As you can see, people not taking no shit from police because the police been doing us so wrong. So it's like no one's exempt for what's going on, and it feels like we're definitely a big ass target out here. And I suggest rappers tighten up. So when you hear us say stay safe and stay dangerous at the same time, it's kind of spooky to have to tell somebody that every time you leave their presence and shit like that.
You know what? We come up at a time, especially me and you, and where we used to be like, yo, I ain't got no security. Are we dumb to not have security now if we're so-called rich, making money, jury on, targets like you say? Are we dumb if we walking around with no security?
100%. You're an idiot if you're a person of success and you're making some money out here. You're stupid if you don't have security, some professional security at that, something that'll help you get back home safely to your family. I mean, there's different levels of security. I know we all got homies that are ready to ride for us and die for us, and they're included too with your security detail. But you know, you gotta have somebody that's there for you and there for your sole concern, and make sure that above all, whatever happens, that you're gonna get back home safely the same way that you went out for your money and shit like that. You know what I mean? you know how it goes when you're in the field. It's like it's nasty out there. So you gotta have somebody that's watching the field and watching you. You know, 9 times out of 10, your homies is partying just as much as you partying. You know what I mean? And they're not always on point the way you would want them to be on point. Like, you know what I mean? So it's a billion situations I can tell you where security is needed that you can get out. And not to mention having a valuable witness to get out of certain situations when things do go down. You heard? Like,
nah, that's a super fact. that right there is a super fact.